On the coldest Christmas Eve New York had felt in a decade, a black waitress named Raina Lewis kissed the most powerful man in the city. To save him, it was a kiss that stopped a brewing scandal. A kiss that defied racial tension, class divides, and the weight of two very different worlds. A kiss that exposed secrets the billionaire never intended anyone to know. And from that single moment, everything changed. This is the story the tabloids got wrong. But tonight, you'll hear the truth. New York City glowed like a jewel trapped beneath frost. Holiday lights flickered over Fifth Avenue. Carolers sang on every corner, and steam rose from manhole covers like the city itself was breathing. Inside the Skyview Lounge, one of the most exclusive rooftop restaurants in Manhattan, a warm orange glow lit the room. Jazz played softly, blending with the clinking of silverware. And weaving through the tables was Raina Lewis, a black waitress whose soft smile hid a lifetime of struggle and whose quiet resilience made her stand out even in a room full of wealthy holiday guests. She didn't want to work Christmas Eve, but rent didn't care about Christmas. Dreams didn't care either. Raina had been saving every tip for one purpose: to open a community music center for black kids in Harlem, a place where they could feel seen, safe, heard. She didn't know that her dream was about to collide with the last person she expected, a man the city feared, a man the business world respected, and a man the public knew only as an untouchable. Nicholas Hale, the coldest billionaire in America. When Nicholas stepped into the lounge, the entire room's temperature shifted. He didn't need an introduction. Everyone knew the face: sharp jaw, icy blue eyes, tailored charcoal coat that probably cost more than Raina made in 5 months. People whispered, "The billionaire recluse, doesn't like crowds. Why is he here?" Nicholas Hale was a mystery. He never smiled, never stayed longer than necessary, and never, ever mixed with the public. But tonight, there was something different about him. He looked tired, haunted, like a man trying to outrun something that wouldn't let go. He sat alone, choosing the farthest corner of the lounge, his back to the wall, like someone expecting danger. Raina noticed instantly. She had seen wealthy men before, seen arrogance, entitlement, dismissiveness. But this wasn't arrogance. This was a man sitting in a fortress built from ice and fear. She approached slowly. "Good evening," she said softly. "Welcome to Skyview Lounge. May I get you something to drink?" Nicholas lifted his eyes. Cold, emotionless, but something flickered beneath that exterior, something raw. "Tea," he said. "Hot. Strong." "Of course." She offered a warm smile. He didn't smile back, but he watched her walk away longer than he should have. When Raina returned with his tea, Nicholas had barely touched the menu. "Not hungry?" she asked gently. He shook his head. "Just tired." The way he said it, it wasn't exhaustion from work. It was exhaustion from life. Raina didn't push, but Nicholas studied her quietly, intensely. "You're new," he finally said. "I've been here 6 months. You carry yourself differently." She blinked, surprised. "You notice things, Mr. Hale," he said. Her eyebrows rose. "Hale? As in?" "Yes," he replied, cutting her off. He was used to the recognition, used to people changing instantly. But Raina didn't. She simply nodded. "Well, your tea might not be worth billions, but I made sure it's perfect." That startled him. People didn't joke with him. Ever. Something unthought inside him, barely visible. A crack in the ice. As Raina stepped away to tend to other tables, a group of wealthy men entered the lounge, loud, entitled, and unmistakably drunk. Men Raina recognized. They were board members from a rival corporation that had spent months trying to sabotage Nicholas' clean energy acquisition. The deal Nicholas planned to finalize the next morning. If the rivals succeeded, they'd make millions. If Nicholas succeeded, black and brown communities in Harlem, Newark, and Detroit would get affordable energy for the first time. Racial tensions had already been swirling in the media. Some claimed Nicholas was handing over power to communities they thought didn't deserve it. His rivals had been fanning that fire, and now they had spotted him. The men exchanged sly glances. "Look who's here." Didn't expect him to crawl out of hiding. This could get interesting. They moved toward him. Fast. Raina felt her chest tighten. Nicholas didn't see them yet. He was staring out the window, breath fogging the glass, shoulders tense. Raina's instinct screamed. Something bad was coming, and she couldn't let it happen. Before we continue, if you're still here, don't forget to subscribe to Melanin Chronicles, where Black stories are told with power, pride, and the kind of truth mainstream media never highlights. Now, back to the moment everything changed. Raina moved fast. She reached Nicholas just seconds before the rivals did. He looked up confused. Raina? What? Don't turn around, she whispered urgently. And trust me. He frowned, but before he could ask anything, she cupped his face, leaned in, and kissed him. Soft, warm, steady. Everything in Nicholas froze, not from coldness but from shock. Her lips moved with a gentleness he didn't understand, a warmth he hadn't felt in years. And when he finally opened his eyes, the rivals had halted, awkward, embarrassed, stopped in their tracks. No scandal to provoke, no confrontation to capture, just a billionaire and the woman he was kissing. They muttered curses, turned, and left. Raina slowly pulled back. I'm sorry, she whispered. I had to make it look like you weren't alone. Nicholas stared at her like she'd cracked open the world. No one has ever done that for me, he breathed. Done what? Protected me. His voice broke slightly. The cold CEO wasn't cold at all. He was wounded, alone, human. Raina sat with him during her 10-minute break. Nicholas opened up in ways that startled even him. He talked about losing his mother to illness, about being raised by a father who taught him that vulnerability was weakness, about being targeted by both the rich and the racist whenever he tried to invest in Black communities. He confessed that the deal he was signing tomorrow was the biggest risk of his career. If I fail, he whispered, they'll say the communities didn't deserve the investment. They'll use it to justify prejudice. Raina listened quietly. Nicholas, fear doesn't make you weak, she said softly. It makes you human. He let out a shaky breath. And what about you, he asked. What's your dream, Raina Lewis? She hesitated. I want to open a music center for kids who look like me, she said. Kids who get ignored. Kids who need a safe space. Nicholas' eyes softened. You deserve that, he said. In fact, the world needs that. He reached for his wallet. She stopped him immediately. Don't, she said. I didn't help you for money. He froze. He wasn't used to people refusing him. And something inside him shifted again. Another crack in the walls he'd built. Just when the evening seemed to settle, the rivals returned, this time with a photographer, and they were aiming straight at Nicholas. Raina's heart jumped. Nicholas stood slowly, tall, powerful, cold again. Stay behind me, he whispered, but she stepped forward instead. Enough, she said loudly. He's a customer. This is harassment. One rival sneered. Careful, sweetheart. Know your place. Nicholas's jaw clenched. Raina's chest burned with the sting of racism, a sting she had learned to live with but refused to be silent about. My place, she said quietly, is wherever I choose to stand. Nicholas stepped beside her. For once, not hiding, not cold, not silent. Take one more photo, he said, voice like steel, and I'll own your company by sunrise. They backed off, not because they feared him, but because now they feared them. Together, Nicholas walked Raina home, refusing to let her take the bus in the cold. They talked the entire time about pain, dreams, racism, privilege, and everything in between. At her apartment building, he turned to her. Raina, about earlier, he said softly. The kiss. It was just to help you, she whispered nervously. Nicholas shook his head. No, that's not what I meant. He paused. Nothing in my life has ever felt real. Not friendships, not relationships, not the empire I built. But tonight, you made me feel human. Raina looked away, overwhelmed. Nicholas, you don't even know me. But I want to, he said. For the first time in a long time. I want to. She didn't answer. Not yet. But she smiled. And that was enough. The next morning, headlines exploded. Billionaire Nicholas Hale finalizes historic deal. Investment will bring affordable clean energy to Black communities. And at the very bottom of the article, seen accompanied by an unidentified woman on Christmas Eve. Nicholas ignored the gossip. He had something more important to do. He went straight to Harlem, straight to an abandoned building on 132nd Street, the building Raina dreamed about, and he bought it. That afternoon, Raina received a knock at her door. Nicholas stood in the hallway, snowflakes caught in his hair. He held out a small envelope. Inside was a deed. Her breath caught. "Nicholas, what is this?" "A beginning," he said. "For your music center." Her eyes filled. "I can't accept." "You can," he said gently. "And you will. Because what you did that night wasn't small. You didn't just save me from a scandal. You saved me from myself." She covered her mouth, trembling. "This is too much." "No," he whispered, stepping closer. "It's the first time anything in my life has felt right." Raina didn't kiss him this time, but she touched his hand, and that was more powerful than any kiss could have been. The music center opened 3 months later. Kids filled the rooms with laughter, rhythm, and hope. Nicholas visited often, not as a billionaire, but as a man who finally understood purpose. People whispered. People judged. People wondered about the billionaire and the waitress, but they never explained themselves. They didn't have to, because on that Christmas Eve, 2 very different souls found a way to rewrite their stories. And whenever someone asked Raina what really happened that night, she simply smiled and said, "Sometimes the coldest hearts just need one moment of warmth to remember how to beat again." If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe to Melanin Chronicles, where Black stories are told with pride, power, and truth. Thank you for watching. And until next time, keep your heart open. You never know whose life it might save.